Run. Um, Kind of just wanted to use this as background for me to talk about my worries with the Bazaar when it comes to overlays and third parties having access to data, like your builds, what builds are being used most, what items win most, and just over time figuring the game out. Um, let's see, yo-yo or weights. I've seen how this kind of slowly develops and how it happened in Teamfight Tactics. Overlays are very popular and very beneficial with that game to the majority of people. And I think by allowing overlays to exist and giving this information, because they have this information, some people say like this information is good for balancing. They have this information on their end. They know what they need to balance. They make their decisions. When this information is exposed to the public, I think it doubles down on the meta. I think it encourages new players to use it as a crutch, and it will, you know, it encourages them not to think and be creative and to draft their own builds because it's already figured out for them. And a lot of this isn't subconscious. I'm not saying that people would rather use an API to. Sorry, Pygmalion was talking. I'm not saying, yo, Wolfie. I just, yeah, I'm a little bit worried they add API access. I think if people are given the choice between drafting a game and just you copy pasting builds that are, they're just gonna do whatever works best, or whatever they think works best. And a lot of the time, like in Hearthstone, there was also a drafting service you could use for Arena. Okay, later, Wolfie. Am I buying this cash register? I think I am. Oh, congrats, bro. Yeah, so there was an arena drafting service in Hearthstone that's semi-popular, and as a new player, I wanted to use it, but it actually wasn't that good. So instead of learning how to draft properly, I kind of just ended up using it and relying on it, and I never learned drafting. I just lost and I got off the game because, like, okay, if this doesn't work, then no way can I figure it out on my own. And obviously, that's not going to be the outcome in every situation, but I just like want to take a step back and think about what is the benefits of letting overlays exist in your game. That all they do is help make decisions easier for people, but the entire game is about making decisions. That's the entire gameplay is drafting. So I don't really know what you're adding. I don't know. They're talking about modding. This is based off their recent Discord post, and I think in one of the Discord Q&As, Ray and I talked about this. And if I remember correctly, this is from like a couple months ago, his response was that the game should be complex enough to where it doesn't matter if there's a tracking software because it's going to be so different each run. It's going to be, there's not going to be forcible builds like there's in TFT because there's going to be a lot more complexity. Currently, that is not the case. And I don't know how many more items they're planning on adding per character. If maybe they're working on one big update and they're just having these small patches over and over. But I don't know. It's hard to make too many arguments there because it's just based on faith. I just don't have a large faith that this is going to happen. I'm going to go ahead and go for the XP here. Or skill. Currently, let's just say you have a perfect run. It's 10 days long. You basically get 1, 2, 3, 4 encounters of 3. And you have 2 encounters to get an item normally. Either you get a random item or you get a merchant. And the merchant can reroll. And you basically get a lot of chances to find an item. And this is going to change. They said they're going to add more encounters in the game. But from my understanding, they always want there to be a merchant option. And these merchants are pretty specific. So you need to add a lot of items for every individual character, and that'll take a lot of time. And their priorities right now are getting on mobile and adding more new characters. And then this item issue of like being able to force builds on each character is the more characters you add, the more items you're gonna have to add to each one of them, because currently the amount of items in the game isn't enough. And I just don't. I think it's gonna take forever for them to fix it. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna get fixed. Maybe eventually in the future there's enough encounters and items to where having third-party access wouldn't be a problem. But then again, what are the benefits? The benefits are that you get to see what the good items are as a new player. I feel like the fun of the game is discovering that for yourself. Maybe that's the issue. I think this is also similar to off-court coaching in tennis, which is kind of funny. I don't know how many of you guys follow tennis, but recently-ish, maybe like a year ago, they officially announced that off-court coaching would be allowed. And previously, it was being done, even though it wasn't supposed to be allowed. It was like a little bit of a gray area. Like it was against the rules, but no one was enforcing it. So who cares, you know? Crit chance. Do I have a chance of winning this level 1 fight? But basically, a lot of players were complaining because what you're doing is you're taking away agency from the player, and it was a one-on-one battle, and that was kind of the beauty of tennis. It was this long, drawn-out one-on-one battle of, everything was up to you, and now you're offloading some of that onto the coaches. The issue is the coaches are also using modern technology. They're using VODs, they're using data analysis. They have a whole team on the back analyzing the weak points. And it's not really becoming a player versus player thing anymore. It's just becoming whoever has the better, bigger team. And that's going to give them such a huge advantage. And it is obviously different for tennis than it is compared to this game, because third-party access API is going to be for everyone. I just think I'm going to take crit chance here. I think that I just don't see the benefits. Personally, I think when the overlays are a thing, it makes me want to play the game less when I see every streamer use them. They obviously don't strictly follow them, but it gives you information of what is statistically the best. You can compare your build against it. It increases the level of play. But it does so for everyone. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think.